Hi friends, brothers and sisters, I'm Francis, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Our gospel for today is taken from Mark chapter 4 verses 35 to 41. It speaks about a time when Jesus went out to the sea with his disciples on a boat. While out in the deep, a furious storm came upon them at a time when Jesus was asleep. The disciples, terrified, woke up Jesus. Jesus then looked out to the sea and told the storm to be still. The wind died down and then there was calm. The story ends with Jesus rebuking his disciples, asking them why they were afraid. Were they lacking in faith? For those of us living here in the Philippines, we are no strangers to storms. On the average, we have about 20 storms a year. Last year, there were 2 or 3 really strong storms that came in succession and wreaked havoc on our country. Sadly, no matter how often we experience storms, we can never seem to prepare properly, and there's almost always loss of life whenever we have strong storms. Our lives are just like that, full of storms. No matter our level of relationship with Jesus, we encounter storms as a part of our lives. And many of these storms are bad enough for us to question Jesus occasionally and say, Jesus, why are we experiencing this? Help us. It's weird though. Why is it so easy to see God in our lives when we are happy, but so hard to see Him when we are going through something? Seems like God is asleep whenever we go through the most difficult part of our lives, doesn't it? 3 things we can learn from this story. Number 1, we will always encounter storms in our lives. When we committed our lives to Jesus, He never said we will have an easy life. He only said, I will always be with you. Number 2, when we encounter these storms, we will be afraid. And that's okay. Fear is an emotion. It is neither right or wrong. It's just that, an emotion. How we respond to the fear is what's important. We can choose to react and question Jesus, and maybe even blame Him for what's happening. Or we can choose to respond and say, Jesus, I'm in a bad situation, but I trust in you. Number 3, Jesus always calms the storm. One way or the other, our problems will be solved. Some shortly. Others could take months, or maybe even years. But the problems will be solved nonetheless. It doesn't matter how bad the storm is. What matters is how good Jesus is, as He will never abandon us. Let me end with this passage from the letter of Paul to the Philippians. This is chapter 4, verses 6 to 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Peace be with you, brothers and sisters. If you have been blessed by this short reflection, please like and share Pathways of Hope to your friends and loved ones. Again, my name is Francis Ortega. Thank you and have a great day.